Today's video is going to be what's on my iPhone video. I don't have that many things on my iPhone, so this shouldn't be too long, but let's get right into it. So on the first screen, we have my most used apps, just a basic calendar, photos, camera, my Instagram, my notes, which I use literally every day. I depend on it like crazy. And we have navigation, which is just the regular maps. And then we have the Google Maps, which is the one that I use the most often. Then I have a folder called utilities, which I keep reminder apps or my clock, my calculator and things like that. This Easy Reminds app I use like crazy. Every time I need to remind myself something, whether it be on a daily basis to drink like my vitamins or things like that, I put it in my Easy Remind and it just sends me a reminder every day at whatever time I set it. It's really good. And I have just my contacts, calculator, compass, which I never in my life use, voice memos, I never use it. Tip calculator is really handy if you want to quickly figure out how much it is that you have to tip somebody, and you can split it to see how much each person would have to pay if you go in a group. And then I have my Find My iPhone. I think I've only used like once, thank God, but obviously really handy. Then I have my clock. I use my phone alarm almost every day, and I don't really use anything else in this app besides the alarm. Stocks, videos. Okay, moving on, I have my Snapchat. Obviously, if you guys don't have Snapchat, I don't know what you're doing. Come out from under your rock, it's amazing. My weather app, which I have a love-hate relationship with, because honestly, I hate it when this thing gives me the wrong weather and I plan something for like the next day or in a couple of hours and the weather's just way off. I recommend that you go on weatherchannel.com. It's a little bit more accurate than this app. Next, we have my Gmail, not too exciting. Then we have my manual camera. The point of this app is to use like manual settings, but to be honest, I only use this exposure tool on the side because I feel like this exposure tool is better than the one that the actual camera brings. But honestly, the one that the actual camera brings is a lot better on the iPhone 7. I don't find myself using this app too often anymore. Next, I have my favorite folder and my most used folder. It's my photography folder. I have Diptic. I do use Diptic a lot. This basically just gives you layouts for different pictures. I use this for my blog a lot. Whenever I don't want to use Photoshop to put pictures like side by side. Next, I have Hyperlapse, which I honestly never use. It's just basically an app which speeds up your videos for Instagram, and it's kind of pointless, and I haven't deleted it because I am an app hoarder, especially photography apps. Then I have VSCO. I use VSCO every single time that I edit an Instagram picture, but I'm not gonna get into how I edit my Instagram pictures because that's for a completely different video. If you guys want to see how I edit my Instagram pictures, just let me know in the comments down below. But basically, if you don't have VSCO, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I call it VSCO. A lot of people say VSCO cam. I 100% recommend it. Their filters are amazing. Snapseed is another app that I use in every single one of my Instagram pictures. I absolutely love this app. I cannot get enough of it. It's literally like Photoshop for your phone. You can basically adjust whatever it is that you want in your picture, like brightness, contrast, saturation, ambience, highlight, shadows, warmth, and the possibilities are endless. There's a healing tool in here if you want to take something out of your picture. Then I have UNUM or UNUM, I don't know, UNUM I think it's called. Ever since VSCO changed their layout, you can't really see how your Instagram feed is gonna look. So if I want to edit a picture a certain way, I can see how it's gonna look in my feed. Then we have Image Blender, which I don't use anymore, but I used to use it a lot. When I first got Instagram, all it does is blend two images together. Then I have Retouch, which I use a lot whenever the healing tool on Snapseed doesn't work. It's really good at removing things from the background, like whenever you have like a spot on the wall or lint on your clothes or whatever. This is my go-to app for that. We have Facetune, which is another app that I use whenever I want to remove something from the background or widen a certain area or whatever. Their patch tool is really, really good. Then I have Phonto. Whenever you see a quote on my Instagram, this is the app that I use. I think it's the best font app. Photoshop Express, which honestly I used to use before, but I think that it kind of messes with the quality of your pictures a little bit. I don't know why, but I don't use it anymore because of that. Then I have Camera Plus, which is another app that I never use. I don't know why I have it here. I have Enlighten, which I used a couple of times, and it is a really good app, but I don't really use that much anymore. It's really good at targeting certain areas of your picture, but I use Snapseed for that, so I don't find myself gravitating towards this app. I have Touch Color. It'll turn your background into grayscale, and then you can be the one in color or vice versa. I have Darkroom, which is an app that I use every single time I edit an Instagram picture. This app is really, really good for targeting certain colors in your picture. Like for example, if you want to make your yellows more pink toned, or if you want to lower the saturation or higher the saturation of a specific color, this app is the app to go to for that. It really helps me keep my Instagram very uniform. Then I have Lightroom, which is another app that I use very, very often, specifically for when I take vlog pictures. Sometimes when I send pictures from my camera directly to my iPhone, the picture's quality gets altered. But if you send it from the Lightroom on your computer to the Lightroom on your iPhone, you're gonna keep the quality of the picture. Then I have Boomerang, which is another app that I never use, and all it does is make a GIF or GIF picture so that you can put it on your Instagram. Moving on, I have my Appstore, then playmemories, which is the app that I use to send pictures from my camera to my iPhone. I use it very often. I have my bank app, I have Spotify, SoundCloud, which is where I get most of my music from for my videos, Vine, which I used to go on almost every single day to see funny videos, but I don't go on it anymore. I have my shop folder, which just contains the majority of my favorite store apps. I have Starbucks. If you don't have a Starbucks reward card and you're one of those people that go to Starbucks every day, I definitely recommend that you use one because it's really helpful. All you have to do is transfer money from your bank account to here. Whenever you buy Starbucks a certain amount of times, you get stars for it. And after, I think it's like 12 stars or something like that, you get a free drink or whatever it is that you order, you'll get something from that order for free. So it helps you save money. I have ASOS, which is one of my favorite stores, Groupon, polypore. If you're not familiar with polypore, it's just an app where you can make like collages of certain outfits or style certain things together. I use it a lot whenever I need to find something. Like for example, if I'm looking for like a suede purse in a particular color, I'll type in camel suede purse, and then all of the stores that have a camel colored suede purse will come out. You can also adjust the price tag. I just find it really helpful. CVS app, which is just my local pharmacy, if you guys aren't familiar with what CVS is. I have Zara, H&M, Urban Outfitters, Sephora, of course. I have an app called Dote Shopping, which all it is you add all of your favorite stores and it'll give you all of the discounted things in that store. You can make like wish lists and see whenever the things in your wish list go on sale. Then I have Robux, which is just an app that my local like healthy juice store has. Then I have Toby, Walgreens, which is another local pharmacy of mine. Ibotta, which is just an app where you get cash back on every single one of your purchases. And I don't know why I don't use it more often, but I definitely should. I have Ulta, Mango, Gift Tree, which is an app that I can make wish lists in, and it's actually really good because you can go on whatever website and just add it to your wish list. It doesn't just have to be from the application. So it's really awesome if you have things that you want from different stores and you want to just keep it all in one wish list. Then Lululemon is the last store app that I have. productivity, I have my Google Drive, Dropbox. Then I have Cash App, which if you don't know what Cash App is, it's an app where you can send anyone money. It directly transfers it to their bank account like instantly. It's amazing. Then I have my AT&T, Pay by Phone, which is just whenever there's a meter that has a Pay by Phone, I just have to enter in the code and I pay it through my phone. I have PayPal, Uber, Yelp, UPS, Sprint, and Expedia. Not exciting at all. Moving on. I have my social folder, which I don't keep my Instagram and Snapchat in here because those apps I like to keep out for easier access. These are the social apps that I don't use that often. Tumblr, I mostly use Tumblr on my computer. That's why I don't really use the app. Blogger, I mostly use on my computer as well. Pinterest, I do use very often. Then I have Thrillist, which is an awesome app to find out like new trending places like restaurants or bars in your area. I really love that app. Then I have a followers app, which I mostly use as an analytic tool for my Instagram, but you can use it to see who unfollowed you, who is mutually following you, things like that. Then moving on, I have my YouTube folder, which I just keep the Studio YouTube app, which is really good for comments. It's a lot easier than the regular YouTube app for commenting back to people. And then of course I have the regular YouTube app. Next I have my health folder, which I have a health app, which I never use. Then I have my gym app. Then I have MyFitnessPal, which I use every single day to log in my macros. A 1-800 contacts, which is where I get my contacts from for like half the price. Then I have a folder called Apple Stuff, which holds the majority of the apps that come with my iPhone that I don't use, like podcasts. I don't use iTunes ever since I got Spotify, or my music obviously from iTunes. I don't really use iMovie on my phone or on my computer. iTunes U, GarageBand, Apple Watch app, Ketone, FaceTime, Numbers, Home, Pages, and Tips. I don't use none of that. I just keep it in a folder. Then I have my wallet, my newsstand, which holds my Elle Decor magazines, the regular Elle and regular news. Then I have my Miscellaneous folder, which holds my daily horoscope. I have a house app, which if you have a home, this app is amazing for inspiration. It's like Pinterest, but for homes. People can post a picture of their house and tag certain things, so it makes it easier for other people to see where they got stuff from. An app called Characters, which just has like different little black and white characters, like different types of arrows, hearts, and things like that. And then I have an app called Zillow, which just tells you what houses are for sale or for rent in your area or in whatever area you're looking at. Moving on, I have my games folder. I don't really play that many games on my phone. I have Flappy Bird, which I never play, but I just can't find myself to delete it. I have Tiny Tower, which I love. Then I have Candy Crush and charades. I have my education folder, which I don't really use anymore, but it just has my schools or my old universities mobile app, the voice recording to record your professors and stuff, which I really recommend. If you don't own an actual voice recorder, this is a really good app. And iBooks. Then I have another, this is like the reminders that comes with the phone, but I don't use this one because it kind of stopped working on me, and then I got the other reminder app that I talked about in the beginning, and that one just works better, so I don't really use this one anymore. I have an entertainment folder where I keep my Amazon Prime videos, the CW, and Netflix. Next, I have a folder called Influencer, which just holds like influencer apps, I guess you can say. Influencer, it's just an app where you write reviews on products or answer certain questions about products, and you earn badges, and based on how active you are on this app, companies will reach out to you and send you things through Influencer. So it is legit, and I have gotten several products from this app. Then I have an app called LinkedIn. It's basically like an app for your resume. Then I have Find Friends, which is another app that I don't use. I have WhatsApp, which I'm sure all of you know what that is. It's just a chatting app. Then I have a folder called texting, which is where I keep all of my like GIF apps. I love using GIFs. Bitmoji. If you don't know what Bitmoji is, it's just an app where you basically make a character of yourself. They have like different signs with your little character that you can send through text messages or Snapchat. I have Chatbooks, which I've talked about in a previous video, which is just an app that I can sign into and order prints of my Instagram pictures. Shazam, which I use very often whenever a song comes up on the radio and I don't know the name of it. Then I have an app called Telegram. It's very similar to WhatsApp. It's just like a chatting app. Then on my dock, I have my phone, my messages, my mail, and Safari, because those are the 4 apps that I use the most often. So that's everything for what's on my iPhone. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.